Mrs. Sanjay Sahai, your first thoughts on the fact that the cops have now arrested 8 people from this surrogacy, this fake surrogacy and IVF treatment clinic. How exactly do couples who are looking for IVF and surrogacy treatments, which are in itself very emotionally exhausting, as well as at the same time they're heavy on the pocket and just complicated procedures. How do we now protect society from more and more such cases from taking place? Because on the one hand, we're talking about development at lightning speed taking place, more and more startups coming up, more and more such clinics coming up, access to healthcare, but at the same time, it comes with a very real problem of people misusing and just misrepresenting and starting these sort of fake quack clinics.
For me, it is a matter of complete disbelief that something of this nature can run in this country. But suffice to say, that has been running for a long, long time. And my understanding is this is just the tip of the iceberg. And Surrogacy Act and things related to that, I don't think it will be able to provide any sense of check. I've been telling over and over again that legislating laws or enacting laws is not sufficient. The enforcement mechanism, which is required for the law, that itself is non-existent. As far as this particular case is concerned, as Dr. Rao has already said, that this organization or this medical care enterprise, it has a very, very dirty track record. In spite of that, it continued. Suffice to say that in the year 2021, even the license was cancelled. When the license is cancelled, how can a center of this nature continue for the subsequent 4 years? We are coming back to the same problem again and again in variety of areas, that we finally fix everything on the consumer, on the customer, on the client. Now, as you proposed, as to what we can do or what these people can do, the couples who are desperate to have a child. Now the issue is not with them. They will keep going from door to door and they will try their level best, whatever they can. Now, two things which are very, very critical, that no rates are being fixed by the government. Why rates are not being fixed, I have absolutely no idea. So in any procedure across this country, you can basically make groupings of healthcare institutions and you can decide the rate. 35 lakh rupees cannot be a rate for this sort of a procedure, however complicated it might be. That's point number one. Point number two, if this law has gone through expert hands, how can you take the possession of a child without a DNA test report? For every single thing you have a test report, you don't have a DNA test report where the surrogacy is involved. Thirdly, very, very noble ideas have been pushed in the Surrogacy Act of 2021. From commercial surrogacy, you have moved into altruistic surrogacy, which means this thing is done out of compassion to help those distressed couple. Now the point is, have you heard of any case where a close relative has been a surrogate and she delivered and the child was handed over? So in this guise of whatever legal mechanism we have, I think it is commercial surrogacy which is running supreme. As per the current procedure, if this is a one-off case, I think, okay, we might do whatever legal processes are required. But if it is not a one-off case, then I think it is a mafia which is operating between doctors, these healthcare institutions, agents, and variety of other people. And if you go by the requirements of that, the nature of documentation which is required from the beginning to the end, whatever I could make out in the public domain, that nature of documentation just cannot be created. There has to be lots of people who are involved. Or if what is being created under one head, then there will be people who are experts in forgery and people who are experts in variety of things. Lastly, I would say that the would-be parents, if they have finally decided to be fleeced, the nature of the market, what it is India, if they have decided to be fleeced, it will become very, very difficult. Now, one more point I would like to add. Now, today it is required that in every single field, there is a need for intelligence. Intelligence is only not in the activities which we think of mafia, organized crime and all that. I don't think this is anything less than a mafia and organized crime. So I think very, very specific and very professional intelligence has to be created for medical care institutions also. As far as commercialization is fine. I don't think we can retrace our steps that our doctors will work for humanity and what the hypocrites oath that they take, that they bring it to reality. I think all of us have forgotten that. But let that it not become a mafia. And if they're trying, if anybody is trying to become a mafia, even one of the out of the whole of the doctor fraternity, the enforcement mechanism, the intelligence mechanism, the legal mechanisms would be sufficient enough to curb that at a very, very nascent stage. As far as this particular case is concerned, I don't think any enforcement agency, any regulatory agency has done anything whatsoever. Just because the couple came with a DNA test report, I think they were forced to do this. My understanding is it is known to large number of people. It is basically a lid is put over it, and now that lid has come off, and we are where we are.